So hey guys, this is Kenesha with VeryThoughtfulLife.com. I wanted to come on this morning to share with you guys something that I experienced yesterday, last night, and then the transition this morning. So yesterday I had a meeting with another life coach here. She does executive coaching. So I've been kind of asking God to open that door for me as well. It was a great meeting, but what I didn't realize is as we were meeting, I sometimes have this mindset that when I meet other people, I'm going to meet someone just to be my authentic self, for me to learn something from them, for them to be their authentic self. But this woman, she works in corporate, so she thinks seemingly very corporate at all times, because at some point in the transition, I start realizing perhaps she's interviewing me. And I didn't show up in a mindset of an interview. I didn't show up prepared or thinking. I just showed up my authentic self. And that is something to be said about that we have to put on a mask to hide who we are, to show up for interviews. And then our employees are surprised when they get to know who we really are. That's a different video. But she got all of me. She got the fullness that is Kenesha, because I didn't know that I needed a mask yesterday, and I very rarely care to wear a mask. I try to be myself, and even when I'm uncomfortable or not feeling connected to the person, even in myself, I choose to be quiet in that moment, not to mask, but just to sit back and pull back. Well, she was sharing with me these great coaching techniques. We went to two different coaching schools. And I shared with her some of my techniques, and she shared with me some of hers. But as she was sharing with me her techniques, she was actually using the techniques to analyze my personality. Well, she did this test, or she did a briefing of this test where she could kind of put me in a box of who I was. And then afterwards she said, okay, this is your personality. And a lot of things she was saying about me, I was like, yeah, that is who I am. Like, I'm free spirited. I'm a go with the flow type person. I'm not necessarily detail oriented. And organization for me has been something that I've learned over time. It's not my natural. It's not me walking in my natural self. It's actually me when I tap into God. So I got home and she says, here it is. You should go and Google this. You should go and read what this personality test says about you. So the strengths, I'm like, okay, I identify with all of that. That is great. But then the weaknesses, I'm like, oh, that is who I tend to be. That is my personality. One of my personalities, and I saw this a lot when I worked for NBC 17 and when I worked at my other corporate job, follow through. I had a hard time with follow through. And interestingly enough, I would do the work. I would have the work ready, but I didn't have the incentive or the initiative. And what it was fear. Like, I know that now, but I didn't have that in me to take it to my boss or supervisor or team before they ask for it. I've always been the type that if there's a project due, whatever deadline you give me, I give myself a couple of deadlines ahead of time, because I just like to get things done when I know exactly what to do. So when I was reading this profile and it said, that I didn't follow through, I lack organizational skills, and I can't remember what the other thing was. It just weighed on me so heavily, because I thought, I wouldn't hire me. like I was in an interview with a woman that I didn't know I was in an interview with, and she's gathering this information about me without me realizing that this analyzing is happening of me. And she is pegging the things that will make it hard for me or hard for her. I assume. Now, I assumed all of this. This is all an assumption, to work with me. So this, I will be honest with you guys, this thing messed with my head. And then I have this in the middle of the night. Maybe it's because I'm 45. I have to get up to use the bathroom. And I've always had this thing where it's in the middle of the night that either God, love, comforts me and shares things with me, or fear, the devil, has his time with me. So that's what was happening. I was in total fear mode, and my mind was racing about how I can't accomplish my dreams, how you lack organization skills, Um, you don't follow through. You create new projects and you don't finish. Like anything negative that could come that I could think of was like flooding my brain. So I just prayed and I prayed and I was like, okay, first, because of everything I teach, I live what I teach. I said, okay, what is this? But at the same time, I observed it. Like I observed at moments feeling like the thoughts were so heavy that they became visual for me, where it felt like I was being, like I was under the bottom or on the floor, and bricks and cardboard, like things was tumbling on me, like literally. There was physical in my mind's eye, in my heart, the way my brain was shooting all these thoughts at me. I had a visual picture of myself being um, overcome with like boxes and paper and words and bricks. So imagine a cartoon character. They're standing on the sidewalk, and people or something is at the top throwing out all these things. And over time, these things just build up, and you can maybe see the arms of the cartoon character or the leg or something. That was what my thoughts was doing to me. Now, I laugh because I'm a little strange in that. So in the moment of it, I was thinking, this is kind of cool because at least I can see it. So this is what it feels like. This is what depression maybe feels like to some people, or this is what being overwhelmed feels like, or this is what having not being able to control your thoughts feel like. Okay, now I get it. Now I can maybe um, sympathize with my clients more, or with people who seemingly can't take their thoughts captive. So I had this visual of what that looked like. So it makes me cry because it was so heavy. But so in the midst of all of that just coming down on my head, coming down on my heart, I was just like, Lord, okay, I see this. I don't believe this is true. Help me, help me to come out of this. So eventually I fell asleep. And interesting enough, I had this strange dream. I had a dream that I was actually had been invited to go with this woman and another woman, these very powerful women that I've met, to go with them somewhere. And they just literally stopped by my house and said, "Come go with us. We want you to go with us." And I'm like, okay, but they didn't tell me where. And then I realized, even in my dream, I didn't even ask where. But I had on sweatpants and I was relaxed. And they had on, when they picked me up, they had on sweats. So we drive an hour away and we get to this place, and then they all start taking out luggage from the car. And they start cleaning up and taking showers, and they're saying, we're going to this big event. You need to get ready. And I said, you guys didn't tell me. Like, you didn't tell me. I don't even have a bag. I didn't even know we was going to spend the night. So now I have to keep these clothes on, and I can't even take a shower. Like, I just felt, I think the dream was showing me that there was a part of me that felt I didn't belong. So, needless to say, somehow in the dream, it reversed. I got surrounded by people I knew in the dream. Honestly, I saw people from my UAE family and friends, and it became this fun time. I just chose not to go to this banquet or this thing they were going to because I wasn't going to show up in sweats. And I was just going to make the best of the situation. And in the dream, it became this really good time instead of a bad time. So it was almost like what they meant to do me harm, God was showing me, I got you. I'm going to do good by you, even in this situation that you weren't prepared for, that you didn't have any knowledge that this was going to happen. So I woke up this morning, and my husband and I have been doing this thing. I told you guys I do the miracle morning where I wake up at 5:30. So we've been making the miracle morning what we need it to be. So this week we've decided that we're going to get up between 5 and 5:30, and we're going to go for a walk. So today was our second day. My husband and I, we got up this morning, woke up, and when I woke up, I was still in that emotional, mental place of perhaps feeling not good enough. And I thought I should just stay in bed. And then I said, no, if I get up and I go for a walk, I know that would shift my energy. I know it will make me feel better. So I did. We got up, we went for a walk, and I was listening to music. And this morning I was intentional about choosing gospel music because I needed to really connect to God and really understand who I am after someone gave me a personality test to try to tell me who I am. And so as I'm walking and I'm listening to one of my favorite songs, and God is pouring into me, and he says, I created you. I created you. I created you to have a spirit that is a go with the flow. I made you that you are intuitive, that you don't have to have details to do a speech or to show up for a presentation. I gave that to you. That is who I created you to be. And the parts that you read that are your weaknesses, I gave you that too. And I gave you that so that you don't forget to connect to me. Because where you're weak, I am strong. This is what God said to me this morning while I was walking. This is what he said to me. He said, don't you ever let someone put you in a box. Don't you ever let someone make you believe that you can't be everything I called you to be. Because to them, your personality doesn't align with their corporation. I have a corporation for you. I have a plan for you. And your plan will use every single part of you. And the weak parts, you're going to connect them to me, and I'm going to make you organized, and I'm going to make you be able to write a plan. But better yet, I'm going to use that gift I gave you that you don't need a plan. You need an outline so that I can fill in the spaces that you don't always have the answers to. And so I wanted to come on. I didn't mean to cry. I don't have a plan. I did not do this video with forethought. I did this video because it felt like somebody else is going to need to hear this. Because we live in a society where people are so quick to tell us what we're not and who we're not good enough to be and what we can't accomplish. And just like God wanted me to know that that personality that this test says about me and that this woman perhaps used to analyze me and to decide that I wasn't fit for her company is everything he created me to be. And that he doesn't make any mistakes. And that he is not interested in creating me or making me the perfect organized person. Because that part of me is the part I gotta go to him for. And I remember the first time I threw my mother her birthday party. Well, she let me organize it. And I remember how I had to pray. Ask God, how is it supposed to look? How is it supposed to look? How is it supposed to look? Okay, and I remember there'll be times when I'm like, okay, I think this is it. And then God would go, no, that's not it. Just hold it. Like, don't print that program. Don't print that program. It's not ready. It's not ready. And I didn't know why I wasn't ready, but then he would show me something else. You see, I don't have the gift of organization. That's not my natural ability. I do have the gift of encouragement. I do have the gift to be able to flow and to get into a situation and know how to stand amazingly and authentically in who I am and still dominate a room. I have that gift. But when I need to be organized, when I need to follow through, I got to tap into God. And I love that. I love that he did not leave me by myself. I love that he left broken parts in me, that he could show me that, baby, I don't want you out here on this world by yourself. I need you to know that you need me fully, and then I'm going to take you where I want you to go. So I hope this message bless someone. I want you to know everything he said to me, he's saying it to you. That he did not leave parts in you broken just for the sake of being broken. But he's going to take your brokenness and he's asking you to connect that part to him so that you can excel at the job that you're in, so you can excel at the business that you want to do, so that you can excel in the relationship that maybe right now seem like it's not working. He's just saying, I got you. Where you are weak, I am strong. Connect to me. So please connect to God today. Know that you was fearfully and wonderfully made, and the flaws that the world see are the things that he's going to use to expand you among greater and bigger than you can ever imagine. And I know that to be true. So don't allow the world to let you forget who you are and who you was created to be. This is Kenesha Berry with a Very Thoughtful Moment. Check me out at verythoughtfullife.com. Thanks for watching.